A very good afternoon. This video is to Honorable Pujarani and Assistant Commissioner, Autonagar Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, India. The purpose of this video is no other than to have a clear information and to avoid any kind of miscommunication or uh, omission of any information. These two are the only purpose of this video. We have tried to explained in all possible way, but it seems there's a little difficulties in the communication. So that's why even though we replied few days back, we had not been receiving any reply. So this video is made for that purpose. Before we proceed, I want to show you whether our claim is legit or not. So we will go into the service and we will check the payment and challan history. And in the challan history, we will see the payment that we have made is whether legit or not. So we are going live into the GST. It's online, I meant to say. So here you can see the detail, the SIPIN, on which day this has been paid, and the amount, mode of payment, and status. It's very clear that this has already paid. This is not something which we are claiming which we have not paid. So this portion is now clear. So now next, before I go for the reapply for the fresh application, I want to show you the status of our application. So I will put the application number here, and it shows the application detail over here very clearly. Okay. Here is the application reference number and the GST number, name, and the refund application which we have made. As you can see clearly, this application was filed on 3rd of September 2009. So that means any claim, that means on the 3rd of September, the amount which is there in the cash ledger, electronic cash ledger, has been debited from cash ledger and been credited into the refund section of the GST portal. It has not been refunded yet, but the amount has been debited from the electronic cash ledger and credited to the refund section of the GST portal. This is changes within the GST portal and refund has not been paid. So as you can see here, the debit entry number. This has been debited on 3rd of September 2018 with the debit entry number. So this has been debited from the electronic cash ledger and credited into the refund section of the the GST portal. So after 3rd of September, there will be no balance in the electronic cash ledger. So we will go into the electronic cash ledger, and if we try to check any transaction from 3rd September till now, there will be no amount in the cash ledger because that amount has been debited from the electronic cash ledger and credited into the refund section of the GST portal. So I will go back into the September 3rd, right? Let's just put today's date. It is very clear to us that it's restricting us that from date cannot be before the date of registration. So that's why we have to check the registration date. So this has been casual registration as instructed by the GST officer, forcefully asked to register. We have the record of this. So this is from the 1st of October. So from 1st of October, if I check, because we have already claimed refund in September, so from 1st of October, it will be no use for us. because there will be no balance because it's already been deducted from the cash ledger and credited into the refund section of the GST portal. So for us to apply for the refund, a fresh application, let's say apply for the refund, a fresh one, it should have amount in the cash ledger, refund of excess balance in the electronic cash ledger. So if I click on create, if I click on create, then okay, a draft has been submitted already, it says. So I have, because I have already tried, so the draft is already there. So I will go into the draft and saved application. As you see here, it's the draft one, right? So I can edit it just to show you what difficulties we are facing. Here, this is the column of the refund section, where the first column is the electronic cash ledger, and the cash should be here. And this we cannot put it manually. We cannot. It's been disabled. And this section we can put manually. Even though if I put here the refund that I want, even though if I try to put it and if I try as you have requested, I will get an error saying the refund amount claim for the particular head is greater than the amount available in cash ledger. So amount is not available there in cash ledger. So it is not because there's nothing in the cash ledger, but it is because the amount which was there in the cash ledger has been transferred into the refund section of the uh, GST portal, but it has not been refunded. So that is the scenario. So for us to comply what's been instructed by you, I would request you to, although you have rejected over this application manually in email, but it has not been rejected in the GST portal. Unless this been rejected from the GST portal, this amount will not go back into the cash ledger. Unless this amount won't go back into the cash ledger, we will not be able to claim it because there won't be any balance in the cash ledger. So I request you either to reject this not only in your office or not only in mail, but in mainly in the GST portal, so that this amount will go back from the refund section of GST portal to the electronic cash ledger section of GST portal so that I can reapply. Or if possible, we have already submitted the self-attested not once, twice, and more in electronic form, but so to consider those application and to request you to refund this. This is my humble request. And if you want us to reapply, please make this available because this has been assigned to nobody. You see here, this has been assigned to nobody. We have filed on 3rd of September, and after 3rd of September, this amount is now in the refund section of the GST portal. So I want to request you to assign this to someone and have this either rejected and amount should get reflect back into the cash ledger, or kindly process this because we have submitted everything that you need. I request, thank you very much.